friends, welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen. Today I'm preparing a delicious comfort food dinner for my family. I have a lot of meats in the freezer that we've been going through trying to get rid of, which has really saved us on our grocery bill, and something I would highly recommend, especially for these winter months of January and February, is to shop your fridge and your freezer, start cleaning out things and use up those things that maybe you bought on sale or you've just been stockpiling for, I don't know, a cold winter day. So today I'm gonna pull out some cube steak that's been in our freezer, and I'm going to make us country fried steak. Yes, it's not as healthy as maybe some of the meals we've been having lately, but it sure will be delicious. I'm gonna pair that with a broccoli casserole. We also made some fresh yeast rolls yesterday, so we'll have that with it, maybe add in another vegetable. But I thought it was just a good day for a nice, cozy comfort food, and one that you might like to try for your family. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is start on the broccoli casserole. Now I'm just gonna use a frozen bag of broccoli. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the, I almost said refrigerator, that's not right. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the microwave and get it cooked. And then we will assemble the broccoli casserole, get that into our oven. But this is a shortcut. Frozen vegetables are a great and convenient way to go, especially these microwavable bags, or you don't have to use the microwave. You can do this on the stovetop if you'd rather go that route, but definitely convenient. It's already chopped for you, and that is a very good shortcut. Okay, y'all, got some things going on back here on the stove. Got our oil heating up to fry our steaks. But first, let's get this broccoli casserole put together. So I'm going to add to my bowl here, and I have an original recipe. I'm actually cooking a recipe out of a cookbook. So I may share that, I may not. Sometimes if it's a recipe out of a cookbook, I don't want to give someone else's recipe away. So let me show you what cookbook I'm actually using. I'm using Brenda Gant. Y'all know who Brenda Gant is. You need to look her up if you haven't already. Most of her content's on Facebook. I think she does have maybe a few YouTube videos, but this broccoli casserole is the one that we're gonna try tonight, just because I already had the cookbook out to get some notes on how she does her country fried steak. So I'm gonna take both from this cookbook. And so I'm not going to share this recipe in the description box, but if you are interested in some good Southern cooking comfort food recipes, get yourself a copy of this book. She has 3 cookbooks out. I am privileged to have 2 of the 3, and I have enjoyed them so much. Not only are the recipes inside, like I'm gonna plug her cookbook for a second. Not only are there recipes inside, but there's stories of her life. She's fascinating to watch. She has been through a lot, and she's just got a good family support, and it's just fun to see her adventures in Alabama. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to use her broccoli casserole recipe, and then I have made fried steak before, but I'm gonna kind of do a variation, and I'm using some suggestions from her cookbook on that as well. All right, so first off, let's get our broccoli casserole put together. We're gonna use 1 egg because I'm gonna half this recipe. And the reason for that is that I don't think, or I have a feeling that my family is not going to love this. I don't really have a lot of broccoli lovers in the house, but I thought with some cheese and mayonnaise and all the things, it might help to get that broccoli down a little bit more. So that's what we're going for. Let's get our broccoli in. Woo, it's still hot. All right, let me beat this egg up just a little bit. I don't want to cook that egg. I think what I'll do is add some of my other ingredients. Get those in here first. I'm gonna add a lot of cheese, and I'm gonna reserve some to go on top of this as well. That way we can kind of add our broccoli in there and not cook our egg if we get everything else in there. So there's a little bit of cheese. That's probably about a cup of cheese right there. I'm using a can of cream of chicken. Now you could use cream of mushroom soup if you'd like, or you could make your own cream of chicken. We are gonna do that here very soon. I have a recipe on making your own cream of soups, and I think it's so much better than buying it in the can. It's a lot healthier too, so I'll have to share that with you one day. All right, next we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. Now, I'm just gonna eyeball that. I'm pretty sure I know what 1/2 cup looks like. Mix together. Now let's add in our broccoli. Now that we've protected that egg a little bit. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I love broccoli casserole. It's one of my absolute favorites. So if nobody else enjoys it, I'm sure gonna have a good time. But that's why I'm not doing a huge batch of it, because I'm trying to ease my family into eating more vegetables. And they're pretty good with other things, but I just thought, you know what, broccoli casserole just sounded good to me. We had that bag of broccoli in the freezer that I had forgotten about. And we have some broccoli, some homegrown broccoli in there too. It's really chopped finely, and so I'll probably use that in something else, but this is gonna be good for tonight. All right, we've got a small like 8x8 dish, and I've got it already greased, so I'm just gonna add this on in there. I'm probably gonna get a spatula, make it a little bit easier. All right, let's see here. Let's get another tool. I'm gonna get all of this out of our bowl. Okay, now we're gonna work on our crumb topping to go on the top of this. And that's just gonna be some crushed up crackers. I've got like those golden round crackers. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of melted butter to those. So let me get some butter melted in the microwave. All right, I've got our sleeve of crackers. Well, actually it's half a sleeve of crackers all crushed up. I've got about a 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of melted butter that is very hot. I'm gonna pour that in to my bowl, which you cannot see. Ooh, that's hot. All right, now, and really you could do any kind of crumb topping on this. I mean, some people use potato chips or breadcrumbs. Anything that's got a little bit of a crunch to it would work, but I love this kind, and when I saw that that's what her recipe called for, I was like, yes please. All right, so what I'm gonna do with this reserve cheese, let's put it on here first, just over the top. We're gonna make this extra cheesy and hide all this broccoli. You know, now my kids are older, they're more likely to try stuff, and Alex is like, he's wonderful about trying new things. Ella has gotten picky as she's gotten older. All right, so now we're gonna just add this over the top. This is so easy, y'all. So easy. Just gonna spread it out. Just make sure you cover all the broccoli there so none of it's peeking out. No, if it peeks out, it's okay. But you know, if you really want to hide it, you can do that. Okay, it's ready to go. We're gonna put this in a preheated 350-degree oven. I'm gonna cook it until it is nice and bubbly, because everything is pretty much cooked in there except for the egg. Let me see, does it give me a time? Bake until hot and bubbly. Okay, well, I don't have a time on that. We'll check it, I guess maybe around 30 minutes or so, and see if it's ready. Okay, we're gonna move on to our country fried steak. Now, I am using some cube steak that was in our freezer. You see, I got a really good deal on that a little while back, but it's time to cook this steak. So this is about 6 pieces here. I'm gonna get this tenderized, and I don't have a meat tenderizer, but you could use like a plate or a bottle or something to tenderize the meat. And then we're going to get some buttermilk, some salt and pepper on it. We're gonna dredge it in flour, and then it's going to fry in our skillet where our oil has been heating. And I think it's just about ready to go. And we'll just fry that on each side. So I'm just going to let you watch that whole process. So Tim is testing it out. I have not made the gravy for the steak yet.
But I'm hungry.
So what do you think?
It's like Mom used to make.
Oh, well, I guess I'll take that as a compliment. I decided not to use the slow cooker. I decided to just fry them because I got home late from my appointment. And so, yeah, it just takes a whole lot longer. But just imagine it with gravy and mashed potatoes and broccoli casserole.
I'm not going to imagine. I'm going to eat it that way.
All right, y'all, let's make some gravy to go with this country fried steak. Now, the way I make gravy is pretty simple. I just use some of the meat drippings, maybe a couple of tablespoons. I kind of eyeball this just to get it to the consistency that I like. But I add in about a tablespoon at a time of flour, and I just get it mixed together until it comes to like a paste consistency. And then once it's brown and in that paste consistency, then I will add in my milk. This time I had whole milk on hand, but I have used just about any kind of milk to make gravy. And the key is just consistency. You stand there and you whisk it, and you raise your heat as you go until you get your gravy to the thickness that you like. I do season ours with salt and pepper, but this is just one of those processes. It takes a little bit of time, but it's so worth it. It's delicious, and it went well this night with our country fried steak and those mashed potatoes. This is just one of those dinners that everyone looks forward to. Everything was delicious. That broccoli casserole was amazing. Those yeast rolls, I had prepared them the day before, and that is summer corn from the freezer. And then my mom had made a 7-layer salad, which we had leftovers of. So I just added that to tonight's dinner. But look at that broccoli casserole. This is one of my new favorite recipes. I will be trying it again and again. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give those dishes a try. I know your family will love them as much as ours do. I love anything that I can pull together with ingredients that I already have on hand. And, you know, especially in the winter when it's cold, you don't want to have to run out and go to the grocery store for specific items. It's nice to already have those things on hand. So dig in that freezer, get those meats out, and cook yourself up something warm and delicious. Until next time, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given, and I'll see you in the next one.